Hey, Martin, this video makes me think of you on Fridays.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
That's all they found?
Nah, man, the head's in the passenger seat.
If you're too grouchy to answer the question, just say I'm too grouchy to answer the question. You have to hit me with the head in the passenger seat.
We grew up on television. The tube was our babysitter. Guidance through the tube. Morals sent by transmitter. This is where you go to get down to the know about great TV shows all on one show. It's time for some TGIF right here on Pop Culture Minefield. Thank God it's Friday on Pop Culture Minefield. Thank God it's Friday on Pop Culture Minefield. Thank God it's Friday on Pop Culture Minefield.
Today on TGIF, we discuss the new Apple Plus series Bad Monkey, starring Vince Vaughn. And now the show you've been waiting for.
Hey,
Ooh, I like what you did.
did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that every week. If we're going to do a show, I'm going to just update each week the opening titles. Oh, that was good. So, happy Friday, everyone. I don't know who's all here right now.
Hey, we have Tim, Penny, and Andy Morrow.
Hey, guys. Good to see you. I have Andy in my private chat, so I see him all the time. Sometimes Tim, too. It's funny, right now, my private personal chat through Facebook is occupied by 3 limeys. Andy Morrow, Tim, and Glenn. And in fact, something huge happened today. I did the official introduction of Dale Dye, Julia Dye, and Glenn. So I'm trying to see, because he's put out like 5 books, to see if any of those books might be able to be published through Warriors Inc.
That's cool.
So I told you, man, I support my friends. I will go out of my way for my friends. And he writes military stuff, even though he's not a veteran himself. He is a great admirer of veterans, and he really focuses on World War II. It's where his primary focus is. And he's quite the historian. And I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about when I say Glenn, right? I'm talking about,
Of course.
Mike. Okay. Glenn B. Fleming, because he also made a documentary where he's got to spend an inordinate amount of time with Jack Kirby before Kirby died. So it's a great documentary about his life. And it's funny, yesterday he messaged me, Glenn did, and he's here, I'll just read it to you. Where's it at? Gary, I hope you're well. What?
Nothing. Continue.
Oh, I have a question. Jack Kirby told me a story about when his unit were laying landmines. He mentioned they would run a tape alongside them. I asked, how does a person know which side was okay to walk on? He said, if you're an American, you knew. What did he mean by that? I know you were a medic, but you may know the answer to this. I'd love to know something about it. Perhaps you could even ask Dale to see if he knows why he said that. It's just a shot in the dark. So I responded to him, and I said, I was just taking an educated guess. I said, I venture to take an educated guess. I would say that the tape was placed on the right side of the mine and the mine was probably placed on the left side of a path, possibly, I don't know. But either way it goes, Americans always travel to the right out of habit. So odds are they knew that if the tape was there, they see the tape on the ground, that there's a mine to the left of it. And then he asked, like, well, how do they know what direction the mine is? I said, well, they would know because they were the ones who laid it. And anybody following them would know that those mines were made for people coming this way, not going that way. So it was safe. But then Dale did answer and said there was a little more to it than that. That even though I was correct, that it was always to the right of the mine, the fact is it was placed 3 feet from the mine. So you knew that if you were walking and you see that tape, to walk over the tape. That was where you needed to walk, because it was 3 feet away from a mine, and it'll keep you safe if you stay close to the tape. But Dale said you are correct in that. They always put it on the right side because that's an American habit.
Now, before we continue, let me play Tim's video.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
And we have a question from David Martin. Okay.
You can spank a bad monkey, or you can just spank your monkey. It's up to you.
What if your monkey is the bad monkey?
And here goes monetization.
I don't know. But I will play this. This is a clip from the show that I love. It's from the second episode. And by the way, I want to put it out here. I'm going to make it clear. Vince Vaughn is clearly the actor that should be put into a major film of, I just forgot the guy's name. Chevy Chase played him, the investigator.
Fletch.
When you see this clip, it is clear that Vince Vaughn is the guy that should be playing Fletch. He nails that kind of personality perfectly. So watch this clip. This is Michelle Moynihan driving the car, gorgeous actress. And she's his crazy girlfriend who's marrying another dude. It's fucking funny.
To leave town tonight, forever. Please don't ask why.
Okay.
You're not going to ask why?
You just said you did.
I cannot believe I gave my heart to a man with such little curiosity.
Bonnie, sometimes I feel like I'm in a movie that you're writing in your head.
Thank you, Andrew.
She thanked him after he said, "You're crazy." He found a way to call her crazy. I fucking love Vince Vaughn. He just slays me. The 2 films that he did with Owen Wilson are favorites of mine. And
Wedding Crasher, and was the other?
When they went to work for Google. I forget the name of the film, but I have it on my hard drive. It's funny. They're 2 old guys. They lost their jobs and they got to start anew, and they get hired by Google. And basically all they do is they annoy all the woke hipsters that work for Google. But I love Vince Vaughn. I have since that movie he did back in the 90s, 96, with Jon Favreau, where I think they call it Swingers the first time, but it's got a different name now. I saw it recently that I guess they went to the original name and moved away from what the studio called it when they released it. But somebody just messaged me. Oh, it's Mark. Oh, he says strange.
Teach your Monday crew not to message you when you're doing shows, Gary. Both him and Paul do it all the time.
Let me read. This is interesting. He says, "Strange Darling" from 2024. Damn. Think back to the ear scene and the bleeding out scene in Reservoir Dogs, and you have the vibe and grotesqueness of this interesting and very unpleasant movie. I got annoyed, and I chalked that up to the soundtrack. Very effective at making the visuals more tense. And Ed Begley Jr. gets bloody, That's interesting. Ed Begley was diagnosed with, I think it's Parkinson's, and he's slowly losing his ability to speak. So anything we get to see him in, like young Sheldon, it was a blessing because it's getting worse and worse, and you can see it when he's talking. Is it still called Swingers? I love that movie. That's when I became a Favreau fan. I saw that and I went out, and this is in the 90s. I could only afford to buy the used DVD of that movie because it was so expensive. And I bought it from, what's that place called? Warehouse. I don't know if that even exists anymore. It was big in California. So good film, guys. Damn good film. Strange Darling. I'm going to look it up. I'm sure he shared it with me through Yahoo. So I've been on a Dan Bongino kick since I found a link to finally start watching his podcast. It was just called The Warehouse, and it was amazing. It had music in one section, then it had clothing, and it had toys and posters. And then in the other part of the building, and upstairs was the hell was that upstairs?
We have stores like that here.
What was it? They had an upstairs in the main part, and you could go upstairs, and I think they had more clothing and kind of head stuff, head shop stuff. And then to the right side of the building, single level, was the video store, and you could buy and rent videos. And man, I loved the Warehouse when I was in California. They had everything. Snort's here. Hello.
Hey, Snorty. I've seen him early on Loki's chat.
Anima used to not want to do this stuff. She's like, nobody wants to see me. Nobody would. And I said, she's probably more popular than I am on this show. I'm positive she is.
Oh, fuck off, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. Whether you like it or not, I think you are. But
dude,
what?
Your background did the strangest shit. For a moment, the shelves look empty.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh man. So this is one of those shows, and I'm watching another show too that I think I want to get Anima to watch with me. It's called Sunny. It is also on Apple TV, Apple Plus. It is an interesting. It's got the girl from Parks and Rec. It's called Sunny, and it stars Rashida Jones. That's her name. And it's a mystery. It's got comedy in it. Definitely got comedy, but it's a little dark too. And all the characters are fucking weird. And so it's got a little bit of the vibe from David Lynch's TV series. There's that little vibe in there, which I like when shows do that, get a little weird. And
because you're weird.
That are weird and interesting in a fun way. But what?
Because you are weird. That's why I like weird shit.
Yeah, but I like a lot of people love that show. So it just proves that there's a lot of fucking weird people out there like David Lynch. And sometimes it doesn't even make sense with Lynch's stuff. But this show, there is a real mystery because this girl was suffering from some form of ennui, moves to Japan to change her life, to maybe find something interesting, ends up meeting this nerdy guy, Japanese guy who normally would never flirt with a girl, flirts with her. And next thing you know, they get married, they have a kid, they have this life. Then she's like, his job, he works at a refrigeration company. He's a guy that works on refrigerators. It's not what he does. And the day he disappears, he takes his son and they get on a plane, and that plane disappears. It crashes in the Pacific, and they begin finding articles of people's belongings, and they find the son's shoes. But no bodies for her husband and her son. So she begins to suspect they're alive and that there's more to this because a gentleman walks up to her one night, not rings the doorbell. She opens the door and he introduces her to a robot that her husband built and that he did not work on refrigerators. He was an engineer that worked in robotics. And thus begins the mystery of this series. And I fucking love this show. I've been enjoying the crap out of it, watching it. And I can hardly wait till Anima sees it because as soon as we get to watch the show, we're going to binge watch it for her and then talk about it here the whole season.
Okay. I'm willing to give it a chance.
I think you'll like this one.
In the meantime, let's talk about Bad Monkey. I know it is not Monkey Jeebus.
But he is a bad monkey.
Same though. Yeah.
Monkey Jeebus is a bad monkey.
Monkey Jeebus is a good monkey.
Having seen his posts,
yes, that's what I say.
He's a very naughty monkey. Very naughty.
Oh, no. Naughty is not equal to bad. No.
But that's what we say when people get too naughty in chat. We say bad so and so.
Look at that.
We've said
Yeah,
bad genius.
that's just an argument of semantics, and I always stray away from arguments with semantics. Like, okay, I'm not going to argue this.
So going into the
I love
show,
this whole opening scene.
Yeah, I just knew it was close to Florida Man, which I really liked. And then it starts with him fishing out an arm that flips people off. And I'm like, oh, this is great.
It's pulled up with the middle finger sticking out, and so begins a mystery. Where did this fucking arm come from? Who does it belong to? So the captain, that guy up there in the top right, is actually the narrator of the show.
Yeah,
and he narrates and is in the show, and it's his crew that finds his passenger for that day to do some fishing on his honeymoon, treating his wife like crap. God, this guy's such a douchebag.
Yeah.
So then he gets this arm and he's like, well, I'm going to have to call the Coast Guard, let them know. So the Coast Guard gets it. They give it to the police, and the police detective that has the arm, the police officer, the detective that has the arm, is the former partner of Vince Vaughn's character, Adam. And Adam is being disciplined right now because his
Adam
ex,
or Andrew?
Or Andrew, sorry, Andrew. Andrew, you'll discover, did something very naughty. So kind of in the story, he's kind of the bad monkey too. And his ex-girlfriend is with this dude. She's gonna marry him, and he takes his vehicle, and the guy is on the pier in a golf cart and hits the golf cart, knocking him into the ocean.
Wait.
It takes air.
You have a little confusion there. She's not his ex-girlfriend, and she's not about to get married. She's already married.
This girl's insane, and she is like,
yes,
infatuated with him, and it's because of him or because of her that all these things are happening. He's being punished because the guy that he knocked into the water, very powerful dude, so he got him put on leave without pay. So now he's trying to figure out what he's going to do for money. And his old partner walks up and says, I've got something in the car I think you need to see. And he goes, I'm not interested. I'm not a cop anymore. I'm not interested. He goes, okay, I'll just sit here. We can just enjoy watching the ocean. And after a few moments, Vince Vaughn's like, all right, what do you got to show me? I love this opening animation for the opening titles. This is also very reminiscent tonally to Florida Man. I haven't had a chance to look, but I wondered if there is a connection between these two shows. Um, I'll look it up on
And
IMDb.
I can, in fact, see this one because there's 3 of that motherfucker.
Huh.
Oh man, this show. Have you seen episode 3 yet?
No,
Oh,
I barely
oh,
remember these 2 episodes.
oh,
It came out
there's
yesterday, right?
no. It came out some days ago.
Okay. Well, I
Get
can
Yeah, I've
ready,
already seen
get
it.
ready.
Oh, you
Anime,
didn't
get.
wait for me?
No, when you're sick, I'm going to watch things. I'm sorry, but I will watch them again with you.
I mean, I'm really enjoying this show. I don't think as much as you are doing, Gary, but yes, I'm enjoying this show,
This show is
and
very fun.
I have a theory that I'm gonna work with you after the show because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. In really, people, if you haven't seen this, go watch it. It's I think this could be Vince Vaughn's best work to date. To date.
I
Oh,
mean, they
without a
still have 4
question, because
episodes to fuck it
he's
up, but
his career stalled, and because studios stopped wanting to put out R-rated comedy, and it's the only thing he's good for. It's his favorite. It's his milieu. It's what he does, and so I just love Vince Vaughn. Also, on top of that, he's conservative, so a lot of people don't want to work with him in Hollywood. But boy, they pulled him into this one, and this is a perfect show for him. Perfect.
That,
His snappy, witty dialogue is spot on.
yes, what I like about his character is he's not a buffoon, and he's a really smart detective.
he just gives 0 fucks about following orders.
Yes.
Because his order is get rid of the arm. And what does he do? He starts investigating because he wants to find out what happened to the rest of the dude.
And he's so much in trouble. He's in so much trouble for what he did, and it gets even worse because the ex, the fiance, knows that she's visiting him, and it's pissing him off. And
Yeah.
so he just wants to punish instead of her. Wants to punish him. Also,
Well,
by the way, so some of the people involved with this were involved with one of my other favorite shows called Scrubs. So you actually
yeah.
do have a former Scrubs actor in the 3rd episode.
Mm-hmm.
You got what's his name? Oh shit, I just got his name.
I always forget his name.
John. Oh my god, what the fuck is his name? He's not in the top cast.
Oh my god!
Get him there.
And this character, the coroner.
Oh, she's so adorable.
Something. Yes.
She's crazy though.
Yes, absolutely.
She likes the top of that dead girl and just takes it. I mean,
And her sister knows that it's a habit of hers. So
yeah.
You took that top from another dead girl.
Well, she asked her, where did you get it? She asked her sister, where did you get that? And she said, at work. So obviously she took it from a kiddo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, these 2 are
Zach
something
Braff
else.
is his name.
Yes.
Oh, that one. Do I have to?
And I got to tell you,
because I never.
He's somebody I can enjoy, but also get annoyed with. Like he's made some movies that I didn't like. He's just an odd bird, and some things work and some things don't with him. But I really enjoy him in this one because he's a drug addict, and openly so.
An alcoholic. He's an addict
alcoholic.
To everything.
Just try and not spoil it for me, okay?
No, don't worry, don't worry.
I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen.
You have a way of spoiling without actually telling.
Oh, this part when the Miami police do not receive the arm, and his friend tells him, "Feed him to an alligator in the your way back." What the fuck?
He tries to. He actually tries to dispose of the arm by request of a fucking detective, police detective. And this is where it is, and it gets all fucked
It's
up.
bad for tourism. That's why they want to get rid of it and not investigate any further.
Not only does he not get rid of the arm, he captures a dead raccoon.
And because he has trouble with one of... It's not his neighbor. I think it's a broker who wants to sell the house.
Yes,
it's a broker
because
that's redoing a complex, condos, that he wants to rent out, and it's pissing everybody off, specifically him.
Because
and
it's
so
right next door,
he keeps
and it's
doing
noisy.
shit to this guy, from putting bees into the place.
That's the second thing he does. The first one
here
is
comes the crazy one.
Oh, she is so insane. She is so insane.
I get her reaction though when she opens the freezer and finds
I would
the arm.
I would say something
Take
like
over.
Obi-Wan did. Who's crazier? The crazy or the crazy who follows her?
Who's crazy?
Because he knows. He knows she's a train wreck, but he doesn't care.
The old man's insane. Yes. Who's more insane? The crazy man or the people who follow him? It's somewhere in that what I just said is how the dialogue goes. And it's right. It's you're crazy if you follow somebody who's crazy.
Yeah.
And he didn't invite her.
No.
It's because he didn't call her back. She sees that as an invitation to come over. Again, she's crazy. And Moynihan plays this character to the teeth. There it is. He's like,
that was
fuck?
happened.
And he looks back and he sees him with the vehicle, bumps him once. He goes, hey, stop. No, 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 no. And he hits him again and sends him flying through the air into the ocean. It's funny as hell. There he goes.
Yeah, he did that because the other guy, he hit her.
That's why he did it, because he slapped her.
Yep. She gave her a shiner. And she said, well, I was cheating on him, so I don't.
And he asks, like, what has he got on you that you keep going back to him?
What does he call him? Pill pushing something? I forgot.
He's a pharmacologist. He's a doctor of pharmacology. So he calls him a glorified pill pusher.
Glorified pill pusher, that was it.
I couldn't answer you immediately because I had to blow my nose.
Well, thank you for doing that off camera, I guess.
I tried.
Yeah, he's trying for you guys. I don't get that kind of treatment.
Well, just sign up for that.
Well, kind of, sort of. I just stopped running from him.
Oh, the things you're bound to see. I don't envy you.
Shut up.
No.
I know you won't.
Cat in front of me.
Oh.
You just keep going. You just keep going into the window. Yeah. She stopped and looked at me. I'm like, no, no, no. Not right now.
Yeah, mine are both on the bed, thankfully.
Nobody
screws with my microphone.
When we jump to the Bahamas.
To the guy with the monkey.
Isn't the whole thing
Yep.
taking place in the Bahamas?
No,
No, one part is in the Keys
in
and the
the
other is
Keys,
in the
yeah.
Bahamas.
Well, for some reason, I thought they were all in the same place because they
No.
do end up running into each other in the third episode.
End of the
Yep.
second, actually, if I remember correctly, because I thought that's a bit early for them to meet.
And we have here the titular monkey that I really hope has something to do with moving the story.
Well, he saves his owner's ass from the dog.
Drix the monkey. And this guy, he only lives there in the cabin that his father built.
With nothing much
And
to
he
do.
does nothing. He just fish, drinks beer with his friends, and that's his life.
Not at that one. And it
Eh.
looked like that.
You better have money when you get old. You need your meds that you
Yeah.
are invariably going to need.
He's not thinking about that. He's too young.
And they're telling him that he has to leave because his sister sold the land to a developer who's going to make a resort there.
Yeah. Because that's what
And
we
now
need. More resorts on the seaside.
Oh, here's the
This guy is such a tool. Yeah, he's
the
such a tool.
realtor.
How he's
I don't know, I
addressing him
think-
as bro. Like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? He deserves everything that's going to happen to him. I'm just saying.
Jesus, this other guy, he has aged fast. Boss,
What?
care to join us?
Yeah, I'm doing. See, there's nobody else that can do the Q&A over there, so I have to do it. So I'm doing a Q&A over there.
Okay.
Oh, that poll thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can finally sign me in and teach me how to do that.
It's that we're doing the show right now, so I can't teach you right now.
I'm just reminding you that was
And just
something
to
wanted
give you guys a
anyway.
heads up, this is the question that will pop up later.
What?
Oh, right.
Did I
The would
do
I
that?
lie to you part of the show.
Yeah, you guys need to start wondering if I would do something like that or if I'm making that shit up. So I'm going to add it. And
Here's the thing. That is something that I can easily see you doing. That doesn't mean that you did it. Oh yes, this is the widow of the arm.
Yeah, the widow of the arm, who isn't really that sad about being a widow. She gets pretty flirty with him.
No, I didn't see that. I see she was eager to dismiss him.
They sit in a car together.
Because he pushed. She didn't want to. She was aching to get out of there. In fact, she complains about that with the police, with the chief of
ooh,
police.
we have another bad monkey here. War monkey.
He's not a pet.
Hey.
He's a war monkey.
I see Emmanuel is here, as well as, of course, our
Yeah.
dear friend Deepak Martin, the hardest
Bonsoir,
working wrench
Emmanuel.
in all our community. So you can start guessing now. I don't know if it'll let you change your opinion, so maybe you want to wait until we do that segment. So this chick is so funny. She is the widow of the arm they found, and
She even identifies the arm by one of the
Yeah.
rings.
he's got to get rid of the arm, so he's trying to pan it off to the family. It's like, here you go, here's his arm. Vince Vaughn is sort of he's got that Bill Murray quality to him. The quick wit and saying great responses to other people's shit that say something to him, and then he just responds in a very old school Bill Murray way.
They're not in the
And
same league, though. Bill
they're
Murray
not,
is so
but Vince
clever.
Vaughn, that's why Vince Vaughn, I think, would be good. Actually, I would love to have seen him in Ghostbusters, but he would be perfect as Fletch.
Hmm.
He has the same energy that's required for that role, snarkiness, quick wit. Does it on his own. You don't have to write the great lines for Vince Vaughn. He's actually a very quick-witted dude in real life. They clearly like each other. I think him more than her, but she eventually starts liking him. There's this one great moment, I think it's in the second episode, where they're kind of on a date, and she goes, "You think this is a date? You're acting like this is a date." He goes, no, I'm not. It's fucking funny. She's calling him out.
That's
She
chemistry
goes,
for sure.
I'm just not that into you. But then she's talking about him to her sister, the hairdresser that does hair for the TV news ladies. Actually, probably does everybody's hair there.
Heather with the weather.
Yeah.
Already people are voting through 100% right now. 3 votes already in. Haven't even heard me try to tell the story. And let you guys
I'm
ask
on
me
the
questions.
ropes with this one. I haven't
I'm
cast my
telling
vote
you,
yet.
keep
Well,
it
I'm not
short.
just going to tell it to you. You have to ask me questions, and I have to answer them. And you have to figure out if it's true or not.
I think there's only one question arising here, and that's how.
You have to ask me questions when
Oh,
the
I
time
don't.
comes, not now. Ask me
Exactly.
questions when the time comes.
I can't
And
play in this game. I told you.
play detective. You have to play detective with me.
Yeah,
and
that's
find out.
for you guys. I'm disqualified.
I love his reaction to lizards or amphibians too. There's lizards and amphibians here.
Well, all animals are his friends. That's why he's so pissed when he sees the lizard dead, because the truck ran over him.
It got run over.
Mhm. And he takes revenge.
I like the operator of the bulldozer is his friend, and he said, "Okay, let's beat the tank too."
And he's not in a hurry to do that.
So here we go. Why does Sonny want to talk to me again? Because he's the one in charge. He's their chief. I think he's a captain, actually. He's their captain. And he's the one who put him on leave. And so now he's got to go in there. He's done something again that may have pissed him off.
Yes, he
Sonny's all pissed.
interrogated the widow.
Yep.
Instead of
I can't
just
have you
giving the
running
arm.
rough. Yep. So this time he's not on leave anymore. He's fucking fired. Turn in your gun and your badge and the car. And he goes, but I need the car. Turn in the car. So now he's going to ride a bicycle. The bicycle riding. And this reminds me of a British detective series I've been watching. The guy gets around by bicycle, this detective. He doesn't like cars.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Well, our guy is going to run into trouble with cars.
But once again, she's at his house.
Oh yes, because she's begging the pill pusher. He has a condition. Either they go to trial, or Vince Vaughn just accept whatever torture he wants to apply to his life. And she's there telling him accept the punishment because there are things about me that are going to get public if we're going to a judge to a trial, and that will destroy me.
Yep. Oh, and we find out in the second episode what that is.
And you know, he does the kind of character he's playing. They kind of have that hero complex. I'm like that. You know, I know guys like that always want to do the right thing and are always willing to cut one of their own limbs off for somebody else. I love this deer always munching on his stuff around the house, the shrubbery. This is the raccoon incident. The odor. The dead raccoon. The red lights. What's up with the red lights? Because they use them for the turtles, because when turtles are born, they go towards the moon, which takes them to the ocean. And bright lights can confuse them and cause them to die. Because who cares about turtles? Yes, people, and I care.
He cares about animals, period. He saves the baby deer later. It's kind of.
And I like this scene too, where he once again he breaks the rules and shows up at the funeral for her husband.
Well, what's left of him?
And the daughter.
A whole casket for the arm.
Oh God, he fucks with these fucking FBI guys. Tell Chad, you guys are definitely feds.
Yeah.
And they won't talk to him. They just turn back and look at him. I keep forgetting which one, like FBI, DEA, something. He is, so what are you interested in here? And then they just walk away. Okay. Great conversationalist. So as soon as the funeral service is over, he goes over and talks to the daughter here and her boyfriend, who's a total Chad. You know, the guy is so annoying.
Yeah.
Great ad, by the way. Complimenting thing, and it's like, why are they staring at us? They can't bury him until we leave. And then he says, well, I'm just figuring that. I don't know if that's true. And then he goes, oh, it is true. I'll go. Because they're like, are you going to leave? Like, oh, it's true then. Oh, okay. And he leaves. And so he's trying to get in the ear of this girl, because the wife doesn't seem to give a shit. The widow doesn't give a shit how her husband died. But maybe the daughter does.
Well, the
daughter has a working theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really does believe her mother, stepmother, or what have you.
Stepmother.
Yeah.
Killed him.
For his life insurance policy. That's big money there.
5 million.
And we'll find out soon that she already has her next boyfriend.
I love it. I love it when you use the plural when you don't have to. It's funny. You remind me of that Russian that was in my rock band.
5 is more than 1, so it should be millions.
He would go, what the fuck's is wrong with you? I'm like, it's just what the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude,
you don't have
5 is more than 1. 5 is plural.
It's 5 million. Million in itself it's sort of like the plural of itself. You can say millions, But once you put a number in front of it, you don't have to.
Well, we do in German and in
the number
Croatian
is
as
the
well.
qualifier.
So.
Well, in English, the number is the qualifier, so it doesn't change the second word. What is this? I forget what this is. What is this scene?
The bar.
Oh, okay, I remember it.
Yeah, talking about the witch, going to the witch well.
Yeah, telling him about going to the witch,
the dragon queen.
Visit the dragon queen, and he's terrified of this bitch. It's so fucking funny, and she's like telling him, "One time we should fuck, but not tonight. You need to go now." He's like, "Oh,
why do I always have to tell you to leave?" Because he's just paralyzed.
He's paralyzed. He's just standing there, afraid to do anything. He's so fucking afraid of her. But then he confronts her while he's afraid of her. He's terrified of her. Yeah, this is that moment. Do I give this up? Do I stop? You know, and then he turns, and here comes the guy with the bees that deals with the bees. And he takes the bees and he puts them in the hotel in the fireplace.
And they make a deal. They make a deal too that when the broker asks him to help to call someone, he's going to call that dude. Complete fucked up job.
You got to stop with the negotiating. We're done. Train wreck. It's called what? Train wreck. And I don't see Emmanuel, but someone said that Emmanuel is here.
Emmanuel is here.
Emmanuel. It's Emmanuel. I apologize.
Well, whatever.
This is a great scene. Hold on. This scene just fucking slayed me. I laughed so hard. He's so tired and exhausted. He tries to get off the bike and the bike falls in the fucking ocean. And he goes, "Oh, fuck." And then the captain, the narrator, fucking laughs and he goes, "Well, you know, when you laugh, there's only one thing you can do." And he offers him a beer. I'm sorry about laughing at you, man. And
yeah, he's all out of luck with his rides now. No car, no bike.
He got the bike back, though.
Yes, he does, but he doesn't help him. He thinks he's going to help him, but he walks through. He goes, I'll get you a beer at the bar." And he goes, yeah, get me a beer. "You're not going to help me." "Okay." And he just turns around. He has to go in the water to get the bike himself.
I mean, the dude is the captain on a boat. They usually can't swim.
They're still talking about going to the witch.
Drinking green bottled beer. Wonder what that is. Molson's, Heineken.
Our beer comes in green or brown bottles.
I just got to tell Molson here, I believe, is a green bottle, isn't it? Or is it brown? I know Moosehead is a green bottle. Ooh, we've got some people already that have decided that I'm lying. Ooh.
I'm looking forward to that part.
I decided I planned this week out what I was going to do, and by making you guys ask me questions, it'll be fun. Leaving for hospital. Daughter should be able to come home. Good. They got it under control. Boy, taking antibiotics when you're pregnant, is everything okay? Is her pregnancy okay?
I would assume they give her antibiotics that are safe in pregnancy.
There is she. Heather with the weather.
Yeah, Molson's is brown, but they do have a Molson Golden that comes here in a green bottle.
Good to know, Penny. Good to know. Penny says that the baby's fine.
Good.
Thank God.
Good. Fantastic news. Glad to hear it. Now, Moosehead comes in a green bottle too.
Oh man, now I want to eat some shrimps.
Yeah, Heineken is another one.
Heineken is green, yeah.
Rolling
So
Rock.
Stella Artois.
Stella, yeah. Then there's another Italian one that's also in a green bottle.
Beck's is in a
Azzurro, I
green
think.
bottle.
Beck's is green too, yes. Our Augusta is green.
Bavaria is another beer that comes in a green bottle from Bavaria. Tuborg comes in a green bottle. I think that might be the one you were talking about.
Okay,
And
Mooseheads.
Grolf comes in green bottle. Here's the problem with green bottles. If the bottles are near fluorescent lights for any length of time, it turns the beer skunky.
Yeah.
It builds up the sulfur in the beer. You can still drink it, but you need to hold your nose when you drink it because it ruins it for me.
It ruined it.
Ruins it, Brian. Ruins. So he decides to go to the bar. Oh, wait, this is not that scene. This is where he approaches the
witch.
The witch, yeah. She's got some crazy voodoo makeup on here.
Not voodoo.
Pretty close.
That makeup is directly from shit I've seen in the historical photos of people, practitioners of voodoo, the witches, whatever they call them.
Absolutely wanted to look like a voodoo.
After the show, we'll talk.
About
this what
this what
this is this thing, the interaction, the specific culture that they are portraying here. People tend to confound voodoo with this, and it's not.
If you're talking about coming from Africa, it's also what influenced voodoo.
Yes, but it's not.
Voodoo is a mixture of Catholicism and that is it Nigeria or wherever it's from, the Congo.
Exactly, it's a voodoo is a mixture. This is the
that's the plain thing. But either way it goes,
No,
that's also makeup that she's wearing right now is worn by practitioners that are doing ceremonies.
That's for a ritual, yeah, for sure.
But if it's not voodoo, that's fine. It's just, but it's very voodoo reminiscent.
It's Yoruba.
And voodoo still comes from it. He's so fucking scared of her. And she's wanting to jump his bones. But not tonight. She's got stuff to do.
Yeah.
His fear turns her on, which is really weird.
She's like a cat playing with a mouse.
You stay a bit and keep me company. Maybe we can have a couple rums together, you and me. Puts her thumb in his mouth. Look at him. He's so fucking scared. It's so fucking funny. This whole scene.
He has never been farther from having a boner in his life.
Oh, we don't have it when she says, but not tonight. I have other things to do. You can leave now. Go. And then, of course, Vince confronts these two in the restaurant. And I mean, he fucks with them so fucking bad. How can somebody so dumb as you, get so much money to buy that kind of swag, And because he does, he just confronts him and calls him dumb. He's a moron. And the guy gets mad and walks out and he goes out and smokes. He's just outside. He goes outside to smoke, and a guy on a scooter, like a Vespa, drives by and fucking shoots him. Dead. And I love the moment when they cut to look into the ambulance and you see the two paramedics and the one sitting there thumping on the guy's chest. And she goes, "Do you think he'll make it?" And then he turns and looks, he goes, Oh no, they're just doing it for show for you.
Yeah,
He's-
that's
he's a-
horrible. That's so
he's
dark.
dead. Because he's a cop and he knows. So it's like, oh no, he's dead.
Jesus, yeah. Unfortunately, it's just a show for you.
And she's such a funny character on her own because he ends up keeping contact with her throughout the series. Keep an eye on her. Mostly because he believes later that the reason why the guy was killed is anybody associated with what's going on that may know something is being murdered. And so Vince Vaughn, being a protector, wants to save her. And it leads to a really funny scene, and I don't want to tell you now. We got to watch that when it happens. Just what he does, what he tells her to do fucking cracks me up. And I can't see right now what's going on. It's so dark.
Well, what's going
That was
on
it.
is that was the end of the show.
End of the episode.
Oh, the plane lands, and the kid is out there with his monkey watching this plane land. And then this guy gets out of the plane and just starts working his way to shore wearing an orange poncho and a boonie cap or a ball cap. He's got a ball cap and he's got the mustache. And we can clearly see that's Peter, Deadpool's best friend.
Yeah. Who, by the way,
Same
killed
actor.
the guy in the parking lot.
Yeah, it was him wearing
the
the orange
shooter.
poncho. He's the guy. So what is
Evil
going on?
Peter.
And of course, you see the monkey here. The monkey goes quietly, it's silent because you just hear the music, and the monkey goes like that. And it's like, and that's how it ends on the monkey screen. So it's a damn good show. I really do enjoy this show. I wanted to watch it before I introduced it to Anima. I always do that. Watch a show before I have her watch it with me.
Well,
Because
usually
I
the
have a
first
generally good
episode or
idea.
two.
I have a generally good idea if she's going to like something.
Yeah, you're usually right. But
You fail with aliens.
no, that was
Hey,
that
I
was
got her to
weird.
watch it. I got her to watch
That-
it. I
Everybody
got her to watch
knew
Alien.
that was going to be homework that I do for the show, and I don't have to do it very
Yep.
often. So
Yep, watching these movies, it's fun, but it's also, because I consider that a date night. We get to hang out, watch a movie. I get to hear you go, oh, I don't like this. They're too spidery.
fuck spiders, man.
And I have arachnophobia, and I still find it
They're
funny
not-
with your reaction.
It's
They're not
nothing compared to
spiders.
mine.
They're more like scorpions.
They even admit to the fact that it is meant to, the way they move is meant to look like a spider because that attacks your primal fear.
Yeah,
Because all humans have a primal fear of spiders naturally.
works with me.
You can get over it,
No,
get past it. But all
I-
humans are born with that primal fear of creepy crawlies. So, but I really do love this show. It's a lot of fun. I wish we could do 2 episodes. God, we're already done with the episode.
Yes.
We're not even in the second hour of the
are
show.
you not
so.
watching the?
Well,
Of
we
this
have a
thing?
Oh, we are
second
doing
episode.
Oh, good.
It was sitting there all the time, Gary.
I don't notice things. It's not my job.
Nothing is.
Make
your
it my job to notice, and then I'll start noticing. And of course, again, I want to play this clip.
No, man, I would like to live like that.
Yeah.
Well, granted, on storms, it's horrible. You may lose your house. But in the meantime, you have a nice backyard.
So here we go. This is the clip again from this
To
episode.
leave town tonight, forever. Please don't ask why.
Okay.
You're not going to ask why?
You just figured to.
I cannot believe I gave my heart to a man with such little curiosity.
Bonnie, sometimes I feel like I'm in a movie that you're writing in your head.
Thank you, Andrew.
She's so fucking crazy. Oh my god. And you know, seeing Michelle Monaghan playing a character like this kind of was like fucking awesome because she normally plays the love interest or the main character who has to go through something, you know. And here she is playing the side character who's absolutely batshit crazy.
Is she still in episode 3? Because she gets outed in episode 2.
Yes,
I do like this moment
she.
when his lawyer calls
Mm.
and he says, Monty, when your lawyer calls, it's either good news or it's bad news. Because he goes, why does my calling have to be about news? He goes, Monty, when you're, I fucking love this line.
Yeah, he always answers the phone with, is it good news or bad news? Always.
Dude, I love his ringtone.
That's crazy. That's a crazy.
What is that song? I forget. What is that song?
I don't know, but I think it's his own laugh.
It is, but it's from a song. I need to find that. Fuck. I love that fucking ringtone.
Oh man, this is gonna be hard in the future. I almost sure the fact that Rogelio and Monty are married. I think this is gonna bring some tragedy.
What are you thinking?
Because I think Rogelio is involved in the whole kerfuffle. And he's involved, but trying to keep his friend out of this shit show. But man, they are making you love these characters just to make them fall. And I like how Monty is like an enabler for Andrew to screw up with his husband. What was it? Oh yes, the visa tag finally.
Yeah.
And
So,
the realtor runs to the beach.
No, the
I just
couple runs for
watched.
their car.
I just watched a behind the scenes moment when he and the examiner, you know, the girl that works as the medical examiner,
Rose.
are in the car, and the entire dialogue that he delivers is improvised, and they just do cut after cut of him making her laugh. And she's trying not to laugh because it ruins the scene. And he just keeps being funny with her and just improvising the next line. There he is. There's Peter. Same fucking mustache. Him and his Magnum mustache.
Evil Peter.
Evil Peter.
Anima, the twist of the third episode, you're gonna say, what?
I'm looking forward to watching it. It sucks though. Gary didn't wait because usually once you know I'm going to like a show, that's one episode or two, and then we watch it together as it comes out. So
Yeah, but
cool
you and your
to see that.
fucking weirdness, like getting sick right when I want to watch a show. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I
How
got the
dare
same
you,
shit
Anima.
that you just had 2 days after.
There's
you.
one show I've not watched yet. Just so you and I can watch together, but not this show. Not this show. I
Here's-
like this show too much to. This is the top she steals right
Yes.
here. You see her
She
wearing
starts
it
her
later.
report and then she falls in love with the top.
However, that's bullshit because she doesn't fit into that top. Rosa has
She doesn't
more.
look too bad.
How could I put it? More personality.
All right, I'm going to give you a link, Martin. This is, I give you the exact time to start the video. And you can only let this play through Vince Vaughn, and you got to pause it. Like I would say every 5 seconds, just kind of pause it. Like, let her say what she's going to say here. Michelle Monaghan says Vince Vaughn and his improvising. Pause at the end of that, and then go again for a few seconds, pause it, right before the little medical examiner says what she says to Vince Vaughn. And then Vince Vaughn's response is absolutely improvised again.
You know what? Say pause, play, and then I'll just do it. It's easier.
Nobody's going to hear anything from the video.
Well, I just get worried, about getting claimed, but we're going to get claimed. I'll delete it later. But let everybody that's watching live right now, why we only have 13 people watching? What the fuck?
That is weird.
Did somebody release something?
People have something better to do than hang out with us? I don't like that. I'm sad now.
Well, we usually have good numbers on Friday. This is really weird. We're usually right around 30 people watching.
30 to 40.
Odd.
Okay, did you posted already?
Mike stole
So
them
we've
all.
on
Comic Relief
YouTube. We only have
Crusader.
6 people on YouTube watching right now.
I'm telling you, Mike is stealing them all from us. Our dear friend, Comic Relief
I
Crusader.
need to talk to Mike about that, because I always check with my friends that are broadcasting before I plan or schedule a show.
Vince,
so I
he
don't
lives for improv.
interfere.
I love everything we got, but let's just do an improv.
Wash
Tell
your
me
ass.
when to pause because I am not hearing.
Yeah. Was that wash or watch?
Watch.
Got you. I'll do both,
Is that
just in
watch or
case. You
watch?
never know.
Hey, stop.
Vince Vaughn.
Stop. That was it. This whole thing is about Vince Vaughn and his ability to improvise on the spot. Because he is a comedian, whether people realize it or not. He's very fucking funny. And it's why he was doing that tour with other comedians. He'd go out and introduce them and do a little bit of comedy. And people forget that.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, I didn't want to show any more of it. I just wanted to show that one where she walks away. She's watch your ash, and he goes, "Oh, wait, was that watch or wash?" I'll do both. I'm good at both of those. What the fuck? I'm a joyful person. I love that.
I think Sony's involved too. Sony and Rogelio are involved.
You think so?
Yeah, at a low level.
I think he's just being paid off, and that's his involvement. Is he's getting paid off to help, but not.
Yeah,
directly.
something like that. Something like that is.
So now he's best friends. He does pistols at him. He goes, "Hey, how you doing?" After just fucking reaming him out and firing him. Yeah, you're back. You're back. I got you back, but there's a caveat. Well, what's that? You're going to be working in food. You're going to be a food inspector.
Yeah, he makes him a restaurant inspector. That's a fucked up job. Nobody likes those guys. Nobody.
And this guy goes into this story of why he has to listen to this lawyer. He says, "Hey, this doctor." He's like, "Well, he's done work for me, worked on a mole for me," and he's like giving him all this bullshit. And wouldn't even be doing any real work. I'd just be checking the websites I like. He's like, "Just put me on a desk. That's all I'm asking." And he's like, "I'm sorry, dude. This was what I had to do to get you back." He goes, and I fought with him. I went to the bat for you. And he goes, "How long did it take? Did you spend a lot of time?" He goes, "No, we only met for like 10 minutes. But you fought for me within that 10 minutes, right?" "Yeah, I said some things." It's just like, this captain's a shithead. And then we go straight.
Well,
into
the doctor has everybody by the balls, politically speaking. So
yeah,
there's not much that Sony can do.
I love the way they did this. The opening animation. Sand is in a form, and then the water hits it and it dissolves, sending the sand to the ground. I fucking love it. Oh, and I love the way they did the logo. And of course, you say Bad Monkey, it makes me think of Seth Green's show, because his production company is Bad Monkey Productions. He even says Bad Monkey. This is so odd. Now it says that Mike live 2 hours ago. Oh, they're still live.
They are. They are still live, and he has 5 people watching. So I guess people are just busy this Friday.
Yeah, he only has, I'm not sure, 6 people watching him. I'm looking to see if it's any of the people in the chat there I don't recognize. I know some of these people. Snortopoops is in both chats. You
No.
two-timing son of a bitch.
No, Gary, he said goodbye, and Mike starts an hour before us, so I guess he switched shows.
Yeah, he's over there. Two-timing son of a bitch. Look, Mike's Canadian Spider-Man's over there too. Jace is over there. Man. Vince Womack. Well, he's got some good folks over there, friends of mine.
Sometimes I have been.
At least I thought they were friends of mine.
Yeah, we should talk about schedules, I think.
Yeah, I'm just going to message him. We really need to talk about our scheduled shows. I did that with Tom and everybody. I just want to make sure that when I schedule a show, I'm not interrupting or interfering with somebody else's show.
Because we do.
But I'm going to make it sound. I'm going to make it sound scary. I'm just going to say, we need to talk.
Here's when he's being followed by the SUV. He noticed and tried to shake him.
I love their back and forth, like an old couple. You can tell they've been working together long.
Yeah. Well, they actually, cops do go to couples therapy sometimes. It's
I'm
true.
not surprised.
Not just there, but I've heard of FBI agents having to do it when they work in a partnership.
Oh, he's bleeding because he had to jump through a window.
That's what I was hinting at earlier. A car almost hit him.
And here he's the witch again, because Neville is getting impatient and nobody's happening according to his needs.
He's paying her money and nothing happens. And he doesn't want to lose his home.
Well, the home is lost. It's sold already.
He still wants to fight. What was with that guy that you just saw in the house? I forgot.
Oh, the guy was dying of cancer, and they were.
Oh, that's right, the cancer patient. Yeah.
Okay, I just sent Mike the message. There she is with that another form of that makeup. That's the one I was talking about. Right here. This is some that you'll see voodoo practitioners put on during ceremonies, and I believe it absolutely comes from this. It's a religion. It really is. It's its own religion. It comes out of deepest, darkest Congo of Africa. Yeah, he's like, what's going on? I gave you the money to, help me, and everything's still going wrong. And he's looking at me. He's terrified of her.
Well, he's confronting her, and she's terrified.
Yeah, look at his eyes, man. He plays this so well.
Why do I always have to tell you to leave? Because he's too scared to just go.
Yeah, he's there like a deer in headlights. Just doesn't move.
He's too scared to turn his back, I think, because she might make a move on him.
And by the way, I love the twist that happens in the third episode. Well, if Anima, you can stay awake after the show for at least an hour, we'll watch that new episode. God, she is so beautiful, but she's wearing that fucking top. And I got to tell you, she fits that top much better than the dead girl.
That's what I think.
She washed it first.
Yeah. She points that out to her sister.
And this is where you stole it from a corpse. Her sister.
Yeah, because she said she got it at work. So it's obvious.
And then she sets her sister up here. It's funny. Sets her up with this dude, and she's like, I am not interested in it. No. Oh, man. This guy thinks he's going to get a date, and she goes, no, you stay right here, and I'll be back, and we'll
she
have that date.
Watch first. She spots something on him, and that's the wristwatch.
Makes her want to go back. Yeah, because he's wearing a wrist with that same shape. And it's a specific brand of watch. But he's wearing the watch right now. This guy, this is Brad.
It's a limited edition watch.
I'll show you everything if you just show me yours first.
Her reaction is so funny when he introduces himself as Brad. She's like, of course. Of course you're Brad.
I'm leaving Dale. This is great. And then she walks away and telling you wait right here. And he's like, yes, he fist pumps. Yeah.
Yeah.
She walks away. She just fucking leaves him.
Tells him she's going to tell her sisters that she's leaving or something. And then she never comes back.
Bugs all over this fucking thing. The grossest thing is they got the fucking maggots on the meat, the chicken on the grill.
That restaurant is so gross. And the owner.
And he walks out and he says, I would not eat the chicken. And the guy looks at him and goes,
you need to stop putting food in your mouth. And the guy looks at him and bites into his. And the owner tries to buy himself out. Like the dude before you, he always took money and left us. Yeah, he died. Guess of what? Of your food.
So I'm going to share my screen real quick. You can pause it if you want to for a second. I'm over at. I'm not going to do the audio because I paused the video over here. There they are. They're over there. And so I wrote in Pop Culture, hey, buddy. And I liked it because he's my friend. I support him. He's my buddy. But then I also sent that message. I said, we need to talk. I'm going to act so serious with him. And I'm just going to, hey, man, you really need to work with me on your show because we need to not be on at the same time. We shouldn't be doing that. Like two spheres crossing, you know?
Especially on a day like Friday. That's not good.
Because it's a struggle getting your audience. And I work hard at it with these thumbnails. And Martin works hard at it too. Jeez, Martin is just constantly doing stuff to promote the show. Nobody in the chat's talking. What's going on? Why aren't you guys talking?
Maybe they all started watching the show.
The worst thing for him is that he has to see the kitchens of the restaurants that he liked, and now he doesn't like them anymore.
Well, that's what happened to Travis, because my buddy Travis, my former roommate and friend, he goes and sprays at restaurants. Yes, and he knows which ones are good and which ones are really filthy. And so he always warns me.
Dude, why do you think I'm so picky about eating out? I do not like going to restaurants because I worked in so many of them. I prefer to handle my own food.
Yep.
I'm messaging Penny right now in the chat, telling her they will wheel her out because that is the law. Patients must be in a wheelchair
and
until they leave.
But yeah, US people are so happy to sue for every little shit that they have to do this.
We are a very litigious country.
Oh, that's a rule here in Mexico too. You
Really?
cannot exit the premises of the hospital if you're not being carried in a wheelchair.
They'll tell you it's policy, but they do it for legal reasons.
Only that, yeah. Actually, we tried to get my mom out of the hospital when she had her first chemo because it was a super full moon and she wanted to see it. And it took us 20 minutes to find a wheelchair because she couldn't walk that far. So much for wheelchairs in Austrian hospitals.
Now, this is a funny
They're
scene
getting them
because that's a girl that he's kind of liked, that knows him like from the past, the kid, and says this. He fucks everyone. Nice man, his friend says.
I like the way they
And
talk. I don't know how
then
realistic that is, but
can I get a ride? Sure. But not with me. She just drives off. And he's like, "You fucking bitch." He doesn't say it, but you can see it on his face.
oh yeah. He's on his way to his sister.
They'll
right?
either wheel her out to you, or if you have to go inside, they'll have you wheel her out.
She's probably happy about that too, being that far along. She has like what, 6 weeks to go?
October.
Yeah, that's what she said. October.
Beginning of October, yeah.
October 2, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I think 5 or 6 weeks from now. Dude, hard to believe October is that close with the fucking heat that is going on here. We are having the hottest summer ever since they started taking numbers.
Well,
let me tell you, it's not fun to have a fever when it's almost 40 degrees. Not at all. Do not recommend. You okay, Gary?
What the fuck?
I never expected those words to ever come out of my girlfriend's mouth. It's tough to have a beaver. It's weather.
What?
That's slang for a vagina, a beaver.
Okay.
In America.
She said fever.
I said fever.
It
yeah,
sounds like
I know
beaver. I swear to God, it
No,
sounded like you said
dude,
beaver.
you hear what you want to hear. So fuck off with that. I said what I said. And she's having a crazy vision there. She's in the bathtub and all of a sudden she sees a tag on her foot.
Because she's smoking weed.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
she's
probably
looking
laced
again.
with something, knowing that those islands down there, it's probably got some LSD, PCP. That shit'll fuck you up. Hi, mommy. Riding the bike. The bicycle cop. They didn't even give him the car back is the thing that really sucks.
Yeah. They really punish him hard.
Well, because technically he's no cop yet.
Yeah, but even a restaurant inspector needs a vehicle to get to work. I mean,
Yes, but that may not be in the direct purview of the prison.
I'm not doing any detective work. I'm passing the information on to you, is what he's saying. I
they're
just
not
happen to see them.
interested. They
He
don't want to
doesn't
be
care.
involved with that case. Well, he can't help being in detective mode. He wants to know what happened there.
Trying to get a rental.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
And
your
she
rental
missed
will be
you.
here in 3 days. I
Yeah.
need it now.
When she checks again, good news, we have one. It's in Miami, and she high fives him, and he's like, "Yeah, fuck, great." And you're not in Miami. What the? I just heard a weird noise. It's cat Loki snoring on my bed. Oh, he's about to meet with the daughter of the arm. And
The
here's the
daughter of the
information I
arm.
needed. Yes, he is the daughter of the arm. And she is revealing her theory to him. That stepmom killed him because of the life insurance policy of $5 million. And he doesn't have time. I'm not sure about that character, to be honest. She's written like those standard shitty teenagers that just go off all the time at everything. But then she has reason to be so angry.
Something like that.
Spit it out, Martin.
No, you said the spoilers.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm only 2 episodes in, so my theories work with those 2 episodes.
But yes, the girl is at times too intense.
Right?
Mm. Look at those views.
This guy's a good actor too, and he's kind of a bad guy.
Kind of.
He's a thug.
Motherfucker is what it is.
Libs of TikTok just posted a video of a young black man on a bicycle being shot by other masked black men. You can still see tops of their faces in broad daylight, gunned down in the street on camera. Yeah. They asked the question, where's BLM? They don't care. BLM is about communism. It's not about it, anything to do with race. Is that Peter again? Yeah, he's taking a shower.
And the stepmother is going back to the States to try to appease the girl.
The daughter.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, Rosa decided to go to the house of the deceased and look what he found. What she found.
Yep. She finds bone and chunks of bone, I think it is, in the drain. And this scene is really funny because they're breaking in, and then somebody else kind of breaks in. And so they're stuck in a shower, and he somehow accidentally turns the shower on. He goes, I don't know how to turn it off. How do you
It's
stop
a
it?
high-tech shower, and it's so gross when he puts the piece of bone to his mouth to check whether it's salty. I'm like,
Oh.
don't.
Yeah, so because he was, oh man, I just don't even go into it.
Go
Well,
on. Come on.
the narrative says later, when she's eating a burrito or something, that he's trying to think whether he's ever going to be hungry again after doing that.
Hey, do I have Nick on my Facebook? Is Nick on Facebook? 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser.
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think he's only on Twitter. What are you doing? We're doing a show here.
Exactly.
Be with us, man.
He messaged me, so stop it.
You are
No,
doing
I guess he's not on there.
You don't need to respond to messages when you're live.
Yes.
I'm not responding to him. I'm not responding to him.
Here's what I don't understand. How was there still blood in the drain? You're assuming that after she butchered her husband, that she washed the shower and rinsed
If it was congealed, it would take a while to wash away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, it's their private home, so nobody's probably going to look.
And that word tickled my dad when I said that. I'm serious. That word tickled my dad one time. We're on the phone talking. And he says, well, what does blonde do? I said, it coagulates, or you can say congealed. He goes, you just use the word congealed. I went, yeah. I've never heard anybody use that word before. I've only read it. And I'm like, it's in my common parlance as a medical person.
Oh, she chases the dude off by pretending she's the owner of the house.
Yeah, she pretends to be the new owner. It is. She walks out and plays the part perfectly. I'd like to know why you're in our new house that we just bought. We just closed on it. Why are you in here? And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Come on, man. We got to get out of here. It's fucking funny. She's doing it, and it impresses him. Vince Vaughn's like, oh, look what you just did. You just went into a character.
I mean, she did detective work to find out the address because she used the limited edition wristwatch to get to the original buyer's address. That was pretty clever.
The monkey.
It's so cute when the kid starts running around with a monkey on his shoulder. Because he's at his sister's now. Trying to make amends or something.
No, trying to get more money. His share of the money that she received for the land. And he wants the money not to buy a new house, not to do anything, but to give it to the witch.
They did have a fallout after his dad died, so he is trying to get back with her. They haven't been talking in a while. Ooh, I feel her. They are.
You have been called.
She sends her boyfriend off with the kids to a water park, and he asks her if he wants to join, and she was like, ew, no, there's a urine in these things. And I'm like, exactly. I would never go.
Hey, Giri. Mike is answering your call.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah, we need to talk, Buster. Why don't you hop on in here if your show's over?
Nice.
Outstanding.
Good news, Danny. Good news.
Baby had hiccups.
Baby hiccups are so cute. I think he's even trying not to look at her eating because he's still so grossed out.
Yeah,
Well, it was his idea.
Yep.
Oh my god, that burrito looks so tasty.
Doesn't look tempting to me at all. And it's not just because I'm still sick. That kind of food, I never got into it.
Well, you have never tasted the real deal.
It's too much bread to begin with. Rolled up stuff like that.
No, that is not bread. That is tortilla.
Yeah. Still too much.
Again, you haven't tasted the real deal. In Venezuela, I thought I had Mexican food. Then came to Mexico, and it's
I've had
completely different.
real Mexican food, and it depends on where you're from. Like my brother-in-law Jose, he grew up on the coast facing Baja, and so he makes, like with his restaurants, he makes classic Pacific Mexican food,
which
a
is
lot of
absolutely
seafood.
different from the one
Yes,
in Mexico City.
absolutely different. It's a completely different diet. They still have tacos and things like that, burritos, but they're different, man. Less frijoles, and the meat is different. They use different kinds of meat there on the coastal areas. A lot of fish, and my first fish taco was from my brother-in-law's restaurant. And God, I loved his cooking, man. I've known it, he's really almost like an uncle to me, even though he's technically a brother, because he would babysit me all the time when I was a kid, because he worked for my mom at that restaurant in Phoenix that she managed. And that's how he met my sister, was through my mom. It was great. I love that guy. Man, he can cook. And also, that's where I had my first, what is that called? Tilapia? Is that the fish? It's a white
Tilapia,
fish.
yes.
Tilapia.
Yes,
that was what he would serve a lot of, tilapia. And I'm like,
my
this shit's
favorite
good.
fish. That is my favorite fish.
I don't eat much of it anymore because I was told it was bad for you if you are on a keto diet. You should eat richer fish. It's not, there's not a lot of nutrition with tilapia. That's the problem I've been told by
No,
nutritionists.
that is not true.
I'm trusting my nutritionists. They're doctors
Well,
of nutrition.
Guys, we just jumped over an important
Okay.
scene here.
Well, get into it.
He just learned that the woman that keeps intruding in his life, she used to be an English teacher and assaulted a student, and that's why she has to run.
Well, she didn't assault the student.
She got involved with a student, which was highly
Yeah.
inappropriate, and that is
She
why she has to run,
had sex with an underage student.
which is absolutely a wrong thing to do.
It's a crime.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a crime, but I won't use the word assault because assault implies physical violence.
And that's the baby deer that got stuck in some kind of fence on a construction site or something. It is a very good show, Mike. You should give it a chance. He blackmails the vet into taking care of the animal. And who is the older woman in this scene? Some kind of mentor, but are they related?
No, her grandmother.
Her grandmother, okay. I didn't pick that up. Because that's who she's learned all this from. And I have no idea what ritual they are doing there on the beach.
Oh, she's reading skills. It's a divination method.
But what is she trying to find out?
Something about the boy.
Yeah. It's definitely about the boy. The thing I really like about the show is not only the comedy and the mystery, but there's a real story here with great characters.
There are two
And
stories,
that's why
but they
it
are
reminds me.
connected.
Yeah. And that's why I think it kind of reminds me of Florida Man is comedy, there's drama, but interesting characters.
Very dark
And you're
humor.
trying to figure out what they're doing, what they're up to. And you're trying to figure out who's doing what. We know that these two characters are absolutely the only two good guys in the story. We know that. We think and believe that the specialist, the girl that does the medical examiner,
Rosa.
is a good person.
She's crazy, but so far you can totally believe she's a good one.
Well, the show is filled with crazy fucking people.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Michelle Monaghan's the girl that he has a sort of relationship with, off and on, mostly sex. She's insane. Her character is insane. But this young girl, I think she's crazy like a fox. She's very sharp. And she's cautious with him, but I think she's got feelings for him. And when she starts talking to her sister about him, that's when there's something there between the two of them. But good show. Glad we finished that. What's that?
Her sister is not happy about her getting involved with the dude.
Cool.
I don't remember what did she say?
When Rosa tells her sister, she isn't too happy to hear about that.
No, the sister
it's a bar
is happy.
scene.
No,
Was
the
she?
sister is
Because I got
happy.
the feeling that she wasn't into it, and that's why she was trying to set her up.
Yeah.
Go back and watch that scene. Her sister Mel tries to set her up in that bar with that guy.
Yeah,
because
but that is at the beginning. At the end
later it's different. I'm talking about initially she did not like the idea.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
His age, all that shit.
You're 4 steps ahead, Martin. I'm behind you guys on this. You have to remember that. All right.
Yeah, we are.
Time for your game, Gary.
We are so far ahead of you.
Yeah,
time for the game. All right.
You could wait.
She's 7 hours, 7-8 hours ahead of us.
So
Eight
here we
ahead
go.
of you. 7
Here we go. I once got a fellow soldier to unwittingly volunteer to model a diaper in front of our entire company.
Ask your questions, guys.
You asked too.
Mm-hmm.
I am disqualified from that game. I told you.
Or are you disqualified? You don't know if it's true.
Actually, in most cases I do. So I feel like by asking questions, I would give it away. And I don't want to spoil it. I want to ruin it, something out of it. I let you guys.
Benny says, yes, you would.
See, that's not how the game works. That's why I said you guys need to ask me questions. I wasn't talking to the audience. I was talking to you guys. You and Martin.
You need more information about the story before you vote, guys. That's
Yeah,
your gut
people are
feeling.
already voting.
People
have a gut feeling.
About the story.
So I need to know if there are questions, and you guys need to ask questions too. You had a question earlier, and I wanted you to ask. I said, ask that question later, and now you're not asking.
Well,
After you
I
asked
said
me
the only question arising here is how. But then actually, my question is, why would soldiers have a diaper there?
Because they're.
There you go. So start digging into that. Why would you do that? That's that question.
Wait.
Was this guy an underling?
Was it?
He was. He. I had a higher rank than him, but
you were the squad leader.
This is something else. There was a reason this stuff was happening.
Okay, why did you have a diaper?
And you had a question. Well, technically, it wasn't a diaper. It just looked like one.
Okay.
So I guess I'll just have to do this on my own. You're not going to help me. All right. So
I'm trying. I'm half asleep.
The incident took place when we were doing a field training exercise. And Tom Parker, my sergeant, and I decided that we wanted to have a little fun and do a mock bandage for a groin wound.
There are two more questions for you, Gary.
Are you sure you did this unwittingly and not on purpose? I always do everything on purpose.
I could hear you off in the background.
It's not, even when I deny that I did it on purpose, odds are I did it on purpose. And just to be a jerk or to be funny. Did the guy make a mistake that made this action happen? No. He was a hapless, unwitting member of the company.
So
and
it wasn't punishment.
I was standing there next to Tom. I said, we need a volunteer to come up here to receive a groin dressing. And we need another volunteer to do it. And as we explained, how to do a proper pressure groin dressing for a groin wound. And so they came up and we started going through step by step how to bandage the groin area. And we did so in a way that created a giant bandage diaper for the guy. And I said, and by the end of it, when she was done doing everything we told her to do, I said, okay, stand up. I need you to turn around now. And you see how the bandages are, each one of the bandages has a very specific job of pulling tension on the groin. Go out there and walk around and let everybody see it. And he walked around all the columns that were sitting down people and doing the turn. I tell him turn so they can see all of it. I said, you can see where all the bandage placements were, where the gauze and where the elastic tape was put, the medical tape. You see that? It's very important to remember this. Take a snapshot in your head because later on we're going to have a training session. Everybody's going to have to do this. And he came back up to the thing, and I said, I want you to take a bow. And the guy took a bow, and I said, for walking around with a man diaper on, because there's no such thing as a pressure dressing on a groin. And everybody erupted in laughter. He was embarrassed, but he thought it was funny as shit too. And I said, take another bow.
And that answers this question, Mike.
Yeah, it was for training, but it was fake training because we wanted to do it just because you thought it was funny. And we almost got the girl to do it. She was going to model it, and the other guy was going to do the pressure dressing. But I thought it'd be funnier if the dude got it. I said, no, we'll have him do it. And now you have to decide, is that a true story? Or did I just fucking make that up? The poll is at true, 82%. False is at 18%.
Was there an officer involved?
Finish voting. Martin, Anima, what do you think?
I voted true.
You voted true. Anima, did you vote?
No.
Go vote.
You told.
And then go vote.
Fine.
Don't whine. No whining. There is an anti-whining ordinance here.
I'm allowed to whine. I'm sick. I'm still doing shows with you.
Oh,
Just saying.
the captain was there. He was in the back, our captain, as well as our first sergeant. And they knew what we were doing. They thought it was fucking hilarious what we did. That was the opening ceremonies for the FTX that weekend. Yeah, Mike says it's true. Well, you got to click true, Mike. You know how to click things, right? You have a mouse. Do Canadians know how to use a mouse?
I don't know.
From what I understand, when they do it backwards. When they right click, it's actually clicking.
Is he a true Canadian though? He didn't say sorry.
He is.
Not a single time.
He's very
I
Canadian. Know. He is so Canadian. If you cut him open, he maple syrup for blood. So once again, is this true? We are still at 83%, 17%. So it wins. I'm shutting it down, ending the poll. So everybody believes it true. And the answer is yes, it's 100% absolutely true. Tom Parker, who's still a friend of mine, my sergeant, he and I thought that up while playing cards in his garage. We were playing poker. We played strip poker one night with him, me, and our spouses. That was fun because I was getting nervous. I'm like, oh, fuck. I do not want to get down to my underwear. That was a fun night, man. He was my drinking buddy. I'd love to get him on the show. You know what? I'm going to message him, see if he'll drop on the show sometime. That'd be funny as shit.
That would be fun, yeah.
83% true, and true wins. So you guys were correct. Yeah, he says, oh, yes, sorry. I loved in Deadpool when we met the, what was his nickname? He was something, nice guy or Deadpool, nice Deadpool. What was it? Polite Deadpool, something shit like that. And they're like, why do you call you that? You know? And he does the intentional Canadian pronunciation of sorry. Absolutely. I want to know, did Penny get to vote?
She said earlier she said yes.
Gary wears a diaper. I'm seeing what he said. And yes, he was technically an underling. He was somebody that was almost everybody. I outranked almost everybody except for my sergeants, my wife, who is in the unit too, and our command personnel, which was Lieutenant Bowes, Captain Anderson, and I forget our first sergeant's name. He was Middle Eastern. He talked really funny because I couldn't tell if he was Pakistani or if he was.
How could he be in the military?
Well, he's an American citizen. Absolutely, he can. A lot of people come to America on a green card and want to serve, and it's not a fast track, an absolute fast track, but it's a very good way to prove your allegiance to this country by taking that oath. I was talking about that yesterday. I made a post about it. I get emotional when I hear that oath because that was the single most important moment of my life, even over my having children when I took that oath, because that oath is deadly serious, you know, and you are, you know, pledging yourself to the U.S. Department of Defense to defend the Constitution and this country against all of its enemy, both foreign and domestic, meaning here. And we do have enemies here, and it's called the left. The far left extremists are absolutely communist. They keep using democratic socialists. That's how you get communism. You vote in socialism, and then it becomes communism. Once they have control, they're trying to take control of this country. It's scary. It's scary. Watch Dan Bongino, folks. He'll put the fear of God in you of what's happening here. I love that guy. And he was former Secret Service, former Special Forces military. He's top tier operator. This guy does a show, podcast, and it's amazing. And he absolutely calls these people out on their bullshit. I am a sworn follower of Dan Bongino. So anyway, that's the end of that. I need to get a hold of Nick, so I'm going to end the show now. Plus, I need to talk to Mike. I thought Mike was going to join us, but I guess he'll join us after the show. So anyway, Mike, if you'll jump in right after I end the show here, I'd appreciate it. Anyway, guys, we talked about a new series. It's called Bad Monkey. We're telling you, absolutely, thumbs up. This is a good show. You should be watching it. Support really good entertainment. Absolutely. I hope this gets a second season. It's getting a good viewership, so I've got good feelings we'll get another season of this show. Plus, on Monday, we'll be talking about SEAL Team, right?
Yes,
Yep.
The first 2 episodes of season 7.
Yeah, we'll be talking about this show. And then coming up soon, I'm not sure, on Wednesday, I think one of the Wednesdays we'll be talking about Harrison Ford.
Ransom. No, we do Ransom.
Why
next
this
week.
film fucking rocks. A film discussion. We'll be talking about that soon. But this Wednesday, we will be talking about Ransom with Mel Gibson. And it is another great fucking movie.
Oh, yeah.
I love that film. Gibson nailed the role. And I'm glad he took that role. Directed by Ron Howard, who is a mostly hit director, but he does have a couple of misses. My favorite stuff from him is that film. I liked Willow, the original film. I love that movie. What was that movie? He did a car chase. So it was his first movie that he directed. And it's just a film about destroying cars. It's it's an hour and a half long car chase. And it was perfect. So anyway, we're going to get the hell out of here. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Don't forget, tonight you've got Friday Night Frolics with Doomcock. Absolutely watch that show. Absolutely.
And Gaming with John in this channel.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, keep forgetting, because I'm not part of it. And you should put that up in the thumbnail up in there so I can show that. It'll help me remind me of the show.
Okay.
Okay, Penny, I'm glad you got your daughter out of the hospital. That's awesome. All right, let's get out of here, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.